That's right, I do believe we are currently multi-streaming onto multiple platforms. Is it actually happening? I don't know, but I think it's working. I'm just going to pull up the show here on the phone, though, to be safe. We'll read off the YouTube there, and we should be good to go. It'll probably take us a minute or so to get there. The one thing I've noticed, everybody, in terms of doing sort of the multi-streaming on the channel here, I can't pre-program the show. I can't pre-program the show, which is part of the problem, but that's all right. We are ready to rock and roll, and things are going here. I'm going to turn this down. So we've got the YouTube there. In theory, we're live on a bunch of platforms right now. Well, we're waiting for people to show up. So I'm going to quickly check a few other places. Let's see. Are we live currently on the Facebook group? Nope. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just trying to see. See, this is so weird. This live is supposed to be live on Facebook right now, and it doesn't seem to be. What's up, Dad? How's it going? We don't really have anyone watching the show right now. At the moment, we're trying to see if we've properly set this stuff up. We are supposed to be currently also live on a number of platforms, and I'm trying to see if any of this is actually working. Let's see here. Go there. It's just the weirdest thing. This does not seem to be working. Sadly, this is very frustrating, everybody, and I apologize. Thank you for bearing with me on attempting to make this work. I don't understand why this is not working. We've done our darndest to try to set everything up. So people are coming through. They're chatting through YouTube. So, I mean, it's on YouTube now. So we know that. Yeah, I mean, OG Zeno, we didn't pre-program this show because one of the things I'm struggling in terms of trying to get the show to work is trying to get the show preset or pre-scheduled when we're doing a multi-stream doesn't seemingly work, sadly, which is odd to me. So right now, it doesn't seem it doesn't seem like we're live anywhere other than YouTube, even though it's saying it's a multi-stream. Oh. Okay, look at that. Maybe we're actually live on here. Okay, let's check this out. All right, so we are currently live on Twitch. So at least we've set Twitch up properly. So that's great. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just kind of checking things as we go. I wish someone would like log on and try to, talk from another platform. Maybe the Instagram isn't working. Maybe it's working on this. Bear with me, everybody. Yeah, no, the YouTube working is totally fine. I mean, I'm not worried about the YouTube working. I am trying to see. Okay, perfect. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just trying to log on to the Instagram here to see if this is working as well. Bear with me. And we will say hi to everybody in just a moment. All right. And it's weird. The live is not working on Instagram, even though it's supposed to be. Well, at least we've got partially some of this stuff working. I mean, we're live currently on Twitch, oddly, which is the one I didn't think would work. We're supposed to be live on the Facebook group. We don't seem to be. We're supposed to be live on the Instagram as well, which I also don't see. Very, very strange to me, actually. This should have been automatically shared to the Facebook. I apologize, everybody. I'm getting frustrated with this stupid piece of shit. I mean, at the end of the day, this is all supposed to be working now. And the funny part is I didn't think the Twitch was set up properly, but Twitch supposedly is working. And then everything else, YouTube's fine, Twitch is fine, but it's like Instagram and Facebook, which are the ones I was sure I had done right, don't seem to, in fact, be functioning at the moment. Whatever. It is what it is. All right. So I'm going to pull up the show on YouTube and we're going to get back to normal business here. And we'll go from there. There we go. Bear with me, everybody. All right. So let's go to the very beginning here and I'll say hi to everybody. All right. Good to see you, Wookiee Supremacy. What's up, Dad? What's up, OG Zeno? What's up, BMK? What's happening, Heart and Soul Homegrow? What's happening, Wookiee Supremacy? What's happening, OG Zeno? What's happening, Return to the Mac? What's up, my friend? Good to see you. What's up, Alvin Mace? What's up, Miguel Rodriguez? What's up, Chris V? What's up, Gantanani Yo Mama? What's up, Matthew Larson? What's up, CSLRC Lorne? All right. Hello, Einstein. Good to see you. I mean, we could, in theory, Einstein. The Wheat Olympics are actually something that's already actually exists at a number of different Cannabis Cup events. They had the Wheat Olympics at the Saskatoon Medicinal Harvest Cup that we participated in. But we could totally do something like that. But it would have to be a precursor of a Cannabis Cup, really, in my mind. I don't think a Wheat Olympics would be something we could really organize on its own. I mean, I guess we could. You know, it's an idea for sure. What's happening, Local Grow Guy? What's up to, who have I missed? What's up, Van Island Beauty? Good to see you, buddy. All right. I think I've, Real Pegasus. All right. For a second there, I was reading your name a little weird there. Welcome to the show. What's up, Daniel Ty? How you doing, my friend? All right. All right. So, Local Grow Guy. So, here's the Twitch. Okay, so we've got a Twitch decal. So the Twitch is working. So we've got the Twitch working on this. I don't know why the Instagram and the Facebook aren't working though. It should have been. This is very, and I'm just getting pissed off. I'm just pissed off that this isn't working. Because in theory, it should be working on all platforms. It's supposed to be live on Instagram right now, as well as everything else. As you can tell, this is our first time trying to do this. Bear with me, everybody. Sorry, I'm just having a bunch of work emails come in at the same time. So anyway, well, hey, look, everybody, we've got a step forward, okay? Welcome to Potsquatch Growers. We've got YouTube and Twitch somehow working. Instagram doesn't seem to be working, even though it's supposed to be, and nor is the bloody Facebook group, which is very strange to me, because the Facebook group should be, in fact, working. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very frustrated about this. I mean, yeah, Hip Dog, live on YouTube's easy. Live on YouTube's what we've always done. I'm trying to step up our game at the moment and try to expand going live on multiple social media platforms. But it doesn't seem to be working. I mean, well, the Twitch is. So we've got Local Grow Guy. Thank you for at least confirming, Local Grow Guy, that Twitch is in fact working. So there we go. We've got one thing working. The thing I find strange, though, is the one that I didn't think was going to work. The one I didn't think was going to work is working. And the two that I was sure I had done right. So Hip Dog, on Facebook we have a group called the Potsquatch Growers Army. The Potsquatch Growers Community. We call ourselves Potsquatch Growers Army. But if you go on to Facebook and you will search the Potsquatch Growers Community, we have a group on Facebook there. We're about 809 people currently in that little group there. Please answer the questions. It is a liability, and then we can let you all in. Come on into the Facebook group. I mean, we're supposed to be live on the Facebook right now, but it's not working. So I bloody don't know what the heck is that. But anyway, my friends, the good news is, going forward, okay, is our grow is about to go into bloom, everybody. So we are going to be flipping to flower tomorrow. So that is something that everybody can look forward to. We will be flipping tomorrow and making an update video for the flip for everybody to see. And it'll be a good time there. And, we've only done basically a week of vegetation since transplant. So we did 2.5 weeks since breaking soil of veg in solo cups. We transplanted. We've done 1 week of vegetation in our 2 gallons and some are 1 gallon pots. And then we are going to, I am live on Facebook. Look at that. It's just not on the group. It's gone live on the Potsquatch page. Well, hey, at least I set it up properly in some sense. Look at that. See? Look, that's Facebook right now. It's just not bloody where I thought it would be. Shit. Anyway, well, hey, everybody, we're working on this. It's working. I'm slowly figuring things out. Back to what I was talking about. We will be flipping tomorrow, so that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. We are attempting to keep the plants a little bit smaller. Okay, a little bit smaller this time. So we're basically we've only done 2.5 weeks of veg since these sprouts have broken the soil. We've transplanted into 2 and 1 gallon pots, and we're going to go right into flower. And it's going to be interesting to see how these go. We've got a diversified. What's up? Ich bin lecker all 6. Hell yeah. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Hallo, was ist los? But anyway. The interesting thing on this run that we're going to be seeing, though, is that we've got a bunch of different genetics going. So we've got the Orange Hindu Kush. We've got K-Town Kush. We've got K-Town Kush by Cheese. We've got K-Town Kush by AK-47. We've got one single Rockstar Kush. We've got Kaitangata, which is an outdoor Maori strain crossed by Canadian White Russian that's also going to be going. So it's going to be very, very interesting to check that out, okay? I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. And one of the things we're going to be really monitoring, Alien Rift is in there as well from Ocean Grown. And it'll be interesting to see how long do any of these things run? What will their run times be? What will be required to, do we have to chop some down early and then do we have to chop some down later? I mean, we've got nothing that's a straight sat per se. We've got a lot of hybrids going on, though, too. Based off the phenos of what we're seeing on these F1 crosses, some could go one way, some could go another way. I mean, it'll be very curious to see, in actuality, what's happening. I mean, I'm curious to see that at the end of the day. It will be very cool. Yes, E.T., we can show you some bud, for sure. I have some bud over there in the cupboard I can go grab and show you. Sadly, this camera doesn't focus very well, so it's not a great camera to really show you anything, but I'll do my darndest. We did it in the last live stream as well. Bear with me here. All right, so basically, in order to get everything, I've got to read here, but most of the messages are coming through here. All right. What's up, Morgotha? Good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been? Good to see you. Also, where you come from, because it's not Sunday here. Trapper Man, I'm a Canadian. It is very much Sunday where I am right now. Or Wednesday. And is it saying Sunday? Bloody hell. I changed the name of the bloody live stream to Wednesday. Is it saying the live stream's called Sunday? Fuck this shit. Really? I hate social media. It's what I get for trying to do new things. I try to expand our shit, and it looks stupid. I did change the name of the stream, everybody, in terms of the programming go live thing here, and it did not work. But yeah. So Daniel Andrassi, if you're talking about the new research study that's come out of Canada, basically talking about the fact that CBD actually is looking like it can trigger our system's response to certain proteins produced by COVID and then better immunoresponse and to defend ourselves against it. Yes. The great news is our CBD line turns out medically might actually fight COVID. because of a new study that's come out of Canada here that's being done. And it is showing that CBD and broad spectrum CBDs are triggering a greater immune response in terms of the identification of certain proteins given off or produced by the COVID virus. It's a new study. It's not bona fide. It's a new study that's come out here in Canada. But hey, at the end of the day, our CBD is going to be live on the new website in a couple of weeks. The website should be live in about a week, so you'll be able to buy all of your swag, etc. And then after that, we will have the CBD coming in. I am so pissed off that this show is named the wrong thing, too. I'm sorry, everybody. Nah, Jesse Berry, sadly, it's even saying it on mine. Like, when I pull it up here, it's saying Sunday live time. It should not say Sunday live time. I changed it to the Wednesday bloody show when I did this. This is... Yeah. No amount of refreshing fixes it. Oh my God. Sorry, everybody. This is very much a trial run for us trying to get multiple platforms, being able to tuning into all of this. And it's just angering me that it's one, not quite working. But like, I actually set this up to say Wednesday. Oh my God. I like, this is probably, don't let it derail your show. I'm just getting mad. I hate computer shit, everybody. I'm very envious of the channels out there that have someone who's very gifted in the ways of computer crap, who can help them. I mean, the fact that I've got it working, at least on the Potsquatch page and on the, Twitch at least is a great thing. I mean, Instagram, obviously. I think I've got to maybe do the custom plugin for Instagram every single time I go live before. I mean, I did it yesterday and then left it set up, and then it's not seemingly working. So one second, everybody. I'm just reading. No, I know, Boston Buds. It's just, I demand perfection for myself, even though I hate this kind of crap. Hey, much love. Thank you, Visible Farms, Phil Gore. I mean, we're trying really hard to make all this stuff work. And I am struggling to completely understand the nuances of all this crap. But I'm doing my best. Hey, the fact that we got it working on Twitch and we're all live on YouTube right now, thank you very much, Pilgor. I appreciate it. And the fact that we've got it actually at least kind of working on Facebook right now, which is where it's live on the Potsquatch. That's the funny thing. Like, it was supposed to go live in the group, and maybe I set that up. But check it out. I've at least got it functioning on Facebook. It's just not where I thought it was going to go. It's just not where I thought it was going to go. But it is what it is. We're learning. We're learning and rocking and rolling, my friends. Yeah. Oh, boy. One second here, everybody. It's funny because, like, really, I don't think we're getting a lot of messages from any other platform really right now. So I could probably just read it off my phone. Yeah, I'm just going to switch to reading it off my phone for now. No, I know, staggering productions. And at the end of the day, what do I tell all of you when you make mistakes in terms of your grows? We learn more from our mistakes than we do from our successes. And, that's just Uncle Potsquatch learning something new. I get very frustrated with myself when I make mistakes. But whether it's the grow or on computer shit. And I was so sure that I had figured all of this out this time. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. But anyway. Nice. What was your return like, the Canadian bacon, on your pressing of the chocolate OG? No, it's true, Eugene Dolan, right? And I mean, hey, the fact that we've got any of this working in any sense of the word, I'm still quite impressed with. I mean, I am not a computer person. I'm not great at computers, but we are working on it. What's up, Hard Rock Pop? How you doing, my friend? Hello back to Armarna and yourself as well. What was your return like on that, though, if you don't mind me asking? No, so Morgotha, I did not get it yet. I went to the post office yesterday, so there was a thing waiting for me there, but not from you guys yet. So I will probably go back. My guess is maybe it'll be tomorrow or Friday that it shows up. I will go check it because it's not Sunday; it is Wednesday, as we've all clarified. Bloody YouTube and Streamlabs and stuff. But anyway, we're gonna. I'll go check at the post office for you tomorrow and the next day. But it's not there yet. So tell Nova I'm very excited to get it. I'm going to put it in a frame. I'm going to hang it up. But it is not here yet. But I'm very excited. For those of you who are wondering what the hell I'm talking about, Morgotha's daughter drew a picture for me of me. And I'm going to frame it and put it up. You know what I'm saying? So. Hey, what's up, Green Thing? New sub, new grower. Well, you're in the right place. Not only is this a place where it's a place that's safe for all growers of all abilities, it is also a place that is safe to ask questions and to learn. And one of the number one things that we try to do here at Potsquatch Growers is to make knowledge and education in terms of growing accessible and less intimidating and overwhelming than it can be on its own if you're just trying to kind of, do the solo learning route. So welcome, my friend Green Thing, and I hope you're doing well. All right. Hell yeah, wobbly bobbly. We have a really beautiful community here, and I'm so humbled. And it was funny because before the show, I was sitting there and I was just looking at kind of some of the other Facebook groups in terms of cannabis, and like the amount of infighting and people shitting on each other and just bringing each other down, pretty much on every weed group that's out there on Facebook except ours, is astonishing to me. And people being vindictive and shitting on people and belittling people. It's just, and we don't put up with that kind of stuff on our Facebook group or here or anywhere that we have a digital presence and a digital place or on the Discord server or anything like that. So I'm just so humbly honored at the beautiful group we've all been able to build together in terms of making all of this work, my friends. And hey, here we go, rock and roll. Still trying to recover from the fact that none of all this crap is working properly, which is pissing me off, but I'm trying to let it go. I'm trying to let it go and not let it bug me. Oh, man. Russet mites without thrashing everything and restarting. Yes. Matthew Larson, you can definitely defeat russet mites. Russet mites are very much a frustrating thing. They're quite tiny. So you can use really, in terms of beating russet mites, it's a war of attrition like most pests. Russet mites are very tricky to overcome. Using a mix of a few different approaches are really going to be the name of the game on that one. Okay, but you can overcome them. However, at the end of the day, sometimes when infestation of anything has gotten to a certain point, we have to clean house and start over again. That's why I'm always telling everyone to be so careful about where are your clones coming from. Like if you're bringing clones in from an exterior source, one of the biggest rules of thumb you need to follow is have a quarantine area. Put them on quarantine before you introduce them into your main space. So then that way, it gives you a chance to really see any hypothetical possible issues that they're having. Trapper Man says, I'm new to the channel, just found you a couple of weeks ago. Well, welcome, Trapper Man, my friend. We've been on YouTube for a little over 5 years. We have members in our community. We call ourselves the Potsquatch Growers Army. Anyone may be part of it. We're all over the world. We are cannabis-loving enthusiasts. I myself have been growing professionally, whether it's on which side of the tracks, doesn't matter. I started off out, obviously, like most growers in Canada, on the other side of the tracks before I went legal. For probably around 21 years now, almost now. So I fell in love at a very young age in terms of cannabis and playing with cannabis and growing with cannabis. And many of us here have a similar story. And we're just a bunch of people that love the weed titties coming together to share. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. Anyone who's new to the channel, you can ask away. Ask anything you want. You can always do it. I mean, jump in there. You want to send me an email? Send me a bloody email. You want me to give you a call? I'll do it as soon as I can when I can fit it in. I do my darndest to try to get back to everybody, whether it's an email, a phone call, a vid chat, all of these types of things. Recently, we've had quite a few, new members kind of come into the community, so I've been working really hard to try to stay on top of getting back and communicating with everyone. But it's going well, you know what I'm saying? It's going well. Einstein, it would be interesting, but what you're talking about, though, is very different than the Weed Olympics I had envisioned. So when you say, like, oh, smoke a fat joint, then try to swim, I mean, what you're talking about is more so Olympics with weed. The Weed Olympics, for me, is more so, like, would be who could take the biggest bong toke, who can roll the fastest smokable joint, who can, things like that. But, I mean, so your idea is more so, in my mind, how I would describe it is Olympics with weed. Like, all right, so let's take some Olympic athletes, then let's get those motherfuckers high, and let's see what happens. I mean, it would be kind of funny. I mean, for sure. And it would be definitely interesting to compare and contrast these professional athletes' performance before the weed and after the weed and to see what would happen. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that sounds about right, Matthew Larson. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to be very, very, very careful. I won't lie to you. I'm a little confused at how someone could confuse a root aphid with a russet mite. They're not the same thing. They're not even really that similar, in my humble 2 cents. So, I mean, hey, that sucks. I mean, also, too, I will say, Matthew, if you ever have something in quarantine and if you are a little confused by it, like, feel free to send me some pictures or we'll do a video call or take a high-resolution video and send it to me. I don't claim to be the end-all, be-all of knowledge, but, hey, I'll put it to you this way. I'll go up against anyone in the industry, and I'm doing quite well for myself for a reason. And I'm always happy to offer up my humble 2 cents on something and try to let you know. So that's really too bad. I am really sorry. How bad has the russet mite infestation actually gotten, though, in fact? Yes, video real. I am not. I'm 3 or 4 days tobacco free. I quit cigarettes about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I've been smoking cigars instead. I mean, I am, I'm sure I'll still have the odd nice cigar or pipe here or there. But I've been tobacco free now for about 4-ish days, give or take. Four days. I'm like one of those cool hipster kids now with my little vape rig. Look, ooh, yeah, I'm all trendy and shit. Ooh, apple and pear. Well, to be simply put to you, family outcast, I don't pH anything. Even though I'm a bottled newt feeder, I don't pH anything. I don't pH my foliar feeds. I don't pH that way. However, in terms of if you're wanting to pH something, I would stick to something that is roughly in the range of a soil basic pH, which we're going to be happy, which is going to be anywhere from about a 6.1 to a 6.3, maybe a 6.4. 6.1 to 6.3, though, is typically your happy place in terms of soil. So if you're wanting to pH a foliar feed, I would say go into that range and you'll be fine. Less is more in terms of foliar feeding. pH isn't as important as you'd think in terms of that. It's more about how hot in general. What's the ppm of our foliar feed, okay? So I would say in terms of foliar feeding, one, only do it during veg, obviously, but two, less is more, okay? Don't overwhelm the leaves themselves, okay? That's going to be the way to go with that one. Yeah, I think I'm falling behind here. Give me a second here, everybody. I'm just trying really quickly to play catch up here and read everything. Yes, Eugene Dolan, your water out of a dehumidifier, as long as your dehumidifier, okay, is clean, can, yes, most certainly be reused, and that is 100% a thing. Bear with me, everybody. I'm reading. The one thing to remember, though, too, using dehumidifier water is, again, making sure our dehumidifier system, all of our filters and everything is clean. There can be odd sediments that then will end up in that water if you're not cleaning your rig regularly. So staying on top of cleaning our tech is quite important, in my humble 2 cents. But yeah. 1 second here, everybody. I'm just reading now. I'm playing catch up. Makes sense, Matthew Larson. That's a good way to go. I'm almost there, everybody. Hey, you have a beautiful night. Ich bin lecker. 06. You have a beautiful night, and I hope your night of work goes well for you. What's up, Hubert Barton? I know it's Wednesday. Do not get me started on that one, Pops. It was supposed to be called Wednesday. I changed it on the damn computer, and then the computer didn't listen. 1 second here, everybody. Okay, I've caught up now. Sounds good, Trapping Man. Sorry, everybody. I'm just catching up here. Hell yeah, Dr. Geese. Well, I hope work was well for you, and welcome to the show. Yeah, right? No, Pops. I mean, it was like the whole beginning of the show was very frustrating to me. At least we've successfully gone live on the Twitch account, so that's great. Not that we have any followers there. And then I thought it wasn't working going live on the Facebook, but it was in fact working live on Facebook. It just went live in a place I didn't think it would. It went live on the Potsquatch person page rather than going live on the Facebook group. So I think I've already identified, though, where we made that mistake. I think I've just basically, like, before I go live, and I was a little rushed, I was doing it in, like, the last minute before we hit 3 o'clock, I have to reset everything properly and take the time to go through it and make sure it's working. But, I'm trying. I'm learning, everybody. I'm learning. Hell yeah, Roman. You should send me some pictures, Roman. I'd love to check that. So Hubert Barton, we are Potsquatch Growers on Twitch. So we are Potsquatch Growers on Twitch. We are Potsquatch Growers on YouTube. We are Potsquatch Growers on Instagram. We are also Potsquatch Growers on TikTok. That's right, everybody. We have a TikTok now. And for those of you who are new here or haven't seen the TikTok yet, obviously it's not weed related because, well, let's be fair. The Communist Party of China is pretty anti-weed. So I'm going to share you some of the videos that we've done on the TikTok. And simply put, they're just comedic videos. They're just fun. They're a laugh, It's just something where you're having a joint. Go watch a couple of the videos from Uncle Potsquatch there on the TikTok, and you can have a good laugh, have a good time. All right. I'll share those here into the chat. Bear with me. I'm sharing them through the YouTube app on my phone, so I don't know if everyone's going to be able to see everything. I wonder if there was a way to do it here. It says read only on this one. So sadly, I may only be able to send this stuff live. Oh, thank you very much, Eugene Dolan. I really appreciate that, my friend. So this is the first video we released here on TikTok. And then I will get the other ones now. Here's the second TikTok video. I'll share that one. All right. paste, send. And here's the third TikTok video. This is the one that TikTok said was too sexy and they got mad at me. But it's still there. You can still watch it. They just don't seem to be promoting it at all. And then here's the fourth TikTok video that I made in response to them saying my third TikTok video was far too sexy. All right. And there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those are the 4 TikTok videos for everybody to check out. All right, here. What's up, Denmark? How's it going, Aaron Hanthan? How's Denmark treating you? All right. What's happening, Black Ice 023? What's good in the hood? That's a fun little emoticon. I like it. Popcorn and 3D glasses. I dig it. So we've successfully kind of gotten some of this to work. In this Sunday show, obviously, everybody. So for those of you who are new here, we do our shows on Wednesdays. We do our shows on Sundays. It's always at 3 p.m. British Columbia time. Okay. Today's a bit of a trial and error show. It was the first one where we've been trying to get the lives working on all of these other platforms. And so we've kind of made it work, but we've got other hills to climb, it seems, in terms of things. Yeah. Oh, it's Pops. Okay, what's up, Black Ice 023? What's happened, Pops? Darcy Potter. I live in northern Alberta. Any recommendations on genetics would be great. I don't trust a lot of the seed banks, nor do I, my friend. That's actually part of the reason why we're working really, really hard right now to get the money together to launch our farm and go legal in terms of a genetics brand, which for that, we're going to need a micro nursery licenses under the Canadian legal system. Don't worry, there will come a day where there's a company producing seeds you can actually truly trust. Okay, there are a few good breeders still out there, but most of them are complete shit. So that aside, all right. The fact of the matter is in terms of Alberta, it's a drier climate, high intensity temperatures to my understanding. You don't have the relative humidity quite as intensely as we do here in BC, so you can get away with some other strains that may not be mold resistant. But given the finickiness and the onset of winter and how hard it can hit Alberta sometimes and how it can even show up early sometimes, I would say anything leaning towards an Indica Dom, Indica Kush world, okay, something that's going to finish a little faster, rather than going with the traditional sort of sativa world, which is going to classically take quite a lot longer to really finish. So that's what I would say, simply put, What's up, Joey One Love? What's happening, man? All right. But at the end of the day, part of the things that we're playing around with today was just trying to get these live streams to work. So we have successfully gone live to Facebook. It just went to the wrong place. It didn't go to the place that I wanted it to. I got to turn this thing on. Yeah, right? No, the struggle is real. And, I'd say the only real difference between Alberta and BC is that in BC, we don't necessarily often run the risk of all of a sudden winter's going to hit us out of nowhere early. But we run very high relative humidity. We run rampant with powdery mildew through a lot of the parts of the province, as well as with the ever-increasing moisture as winter approaches, right, and rainstorms. I mean, bud rot's something that can really set in quite quickly. Hey, go for it. And I mean, at the end of the day, Roman Reckless, I've got a lot of the old school blueberry genetics, at least supposedly myself there. Hey, Roman, here's the thing. If you can get a nice male out of those, because I've been struggling with my blueberries to find a male that I like. and I've only got so many left. But if you can get a good male, maybe save some of that pollen for me so I could maybe try to make a cross back with that. We could stabilize something out. Will it be the original DJ Short reality? No. But it'll be pretty damn close, though. Einstein, Alberta is a province of Canada. British Columbia, then there's some mountains. On the other side of the mountains, that's Alberta. It's the next province over. It's a province, my friend. Hey, right, Rick DeRosa? I mean, I love computers when I can figure out how to make them work. But getting them to work is a very frustrating thing. So we'll get there. I'll have to check them out, DOA Cowboy. I mean, like I said, there are still a few people out there who are doing things right. At the end of the day, one of the things we're doing here is we are getting as many F1 crosses going as we can in terms of the genetics we'll launch with that we can work with. Because under Canadian law, we're basically allowed a single one-time influx of what the government is calling gray zone or black market genetics, okay? Also, for those just tuning in, yes, I know it's not Sunday. My computer did a dumb-dumb. And it put the old name to the bloody thing when it was supposed to say Wednesday. Hell yeah! Well, Darcy Potter, that's the way to go. Definitely get a head start on the things that you put into the greenhouse in there. I mean, I'm personally an indoor guy. That's my happy place. I'm running climate controlled rooms. No, Reverend Veritas, I wasn't necessarily against them. I was just skeptical of them. But at the same time, I was being a proud holding on to tobacco person. I'm tobacco free now. I mean, I gotta get tobacco free. So where I'm against in terms of e-cigarettes, these young kids who never were tobacco smokers, and then they're vaping huge levels of nicotine at like a high wattage on these things, to use it as a get off tobacco measure, and then after time reducing the levels of nicotine that you're running through that, and then probably eventually trying to get off the stupid thing is probably a good thing. But that's okay. I'm not against that. So yeah, no, but you're not wrong though. I've got one of these little hipster doodads now. My little Voopoo Argus Pro. I don't know. I haven't had tobacco. I haven't had a cigarette or a cigar in 4+ days. So. Yeah, it's going okay, Reverend Veritas. You know, it's getting off that bloody tobacco in general, right? I mean, I'm still gonna have the odd pipe or a nice cigar here or there, but that day-to-day being addicted to that crap, and I'm trying to get off of it. So, right, the fatty thumb, good old South Park. Hey, I'm good, Matt Organic Scientist. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hey, thanks, Miss Case Garden. I was pretty proud of our little TikTok videos that we made. I figured they were at least good enough that you can, smoke and then watch, and they're funny. So Steezy88 from from Twitch. Sorry, I'm learning what all these little symbols are. How do I feel being smoke free? I feel good. The one thing I will say to anyone who is quitting tobacco and switching to one of these things, the first couple of days especially, it's very hard to inhale this shit without coughing. But that doesn't mean it stays that way. For me, it was by the end of day 2, I think, I was fairly adjusted to this thing. I mean, this thing goes up to 80 watts. I don't think anyone in their right mind really needs to be rocking this thing at 80 watts. Running a lower wattage is going to extend the life of your coil a little bit on this. But in terms of that, yeah, after 2 days, I wasn't coughing tons using it, and but I mean the transition's been pretty smooth, really. Like, I've noticed that occasionally I try to go have a cigar, and then I stop myself, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't smoke cigars anymore. My bong's upstairs, sadly, so I'm gonna have to roll a joint, but I'll roll a joint to smoke with everybody. Darcy Potter Potter. Is that the practice for the takeover of the enslavement of man by robots? Well, I don't think we'll be enslaved by them. I think we'll probably end up fighting them, and then we may win, we may lose. We'll see. I mean, AI though, it could go bad. I think there'll be good AI and bad AI, so we'll have some allies in the weird artificial intelligence robot community if it ever came to that. But I'm just being silly. Right? I mean, and at the end of the day, Miss K's Garden, I mean, I've quit cold turkey before too, but the longest time I quit cold turkey was about 6 or 7 months. Um, but at the end of the day, it was just an easier way to kind of go with it. And it's like, I'm so busy right now with everything we're trying to get going with the company. And it was just like, I really didn't want to try to incorporate that into my bloody brain. Tim Shortridge, life is well. Life is good. Working on things. Um, well, Einstein, I'm not quite there yet. I'd say in proper form, holding proper form on a proper push up, I could probably do in proper form and doing it because, one, when you do push ups, don't rush it. Never rush your movements. It's all about doing it nice and slow. I could maybe do about 20 right now. We're still working on the system, getting her up and going. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get there, Einstein, but we're not quite there yet. But I did have a great workout with Greg today. Worked with a lot of free weights and doing different things. So in the next few weeks, you're going to see some stark changes happening in my body. That's for bloody sure. I mean, the good thing is, Matt, organic scientist, in terms of the switch to the e-vape, it was not difficult. I even found myself on day one dreaming of vaping. Like, I made this decision. I'm getting rid of tobacco. I think the one thing I've noticed that's been interesting is since I'm not inhaling tobacco all the time, I'm not killing huge amounts of my red blood cells all the time. So that's been an interesting thing to notice. So my energy levels overall are pretty bloody good. You know what I mean? That's right. That's all right. Einstein wants to see me sweat. Einstein, you should have seen the workout with Greg A. Reed this morning, my friend. It was intense. Yeah, I mean, so Steezy88, maybe one thing that could have potentially really helped me, I guess you could say. I'm not going to go ahead. I'm going to smoke some of this Rockstar that I got sitting here. I'll roll that. Um, one thing that did help, though, was I got off the cigarettes. And then I switched to cigars first and pipes, doing the Uncle Buck. Harsher tobacco, less chemicals, though. Lower levels of nicotine as well. And so making that switch first to doing the cigar thing, and then going and trying the vape thing. I was on the cigars and the pipe for about probably, I would say realistically, I was probably smoking those at least 3 months. And then the switch from that to this was pretty easy. So in a weird way, we can actually use the old Uncle Buck style there. Switch to a cigar, something with less chemicals and less nicotine at first, that you don't smoke it quite the same way. Make that initial switch, and then switching to the e-cig, it's a little bit better. Well, BMK. At least it tastes like green apple and pear. You know what I mean? It was funny, like Tony Clifton. How many? I'm not gonna call it that because that's just making women are just as strong, if not stronger, than we are. Let's be fair. Women have one of the highest pain threshold tolerances in the world. Okay, so we'll call them cheater push-ups. Okay, that's what we're gonna call them. Okay, and so Tony, how many cheater push-ups can I do? I don't know. I'm not allowed to do those. Greg won't let me. It's real movements or nothing. So I don't know. I haven't tried to do those. Schmiggy Schmodler says you don't even smoke weed. I've smoked a lot of weed, son. I've smoked more weed than you probably have in your whole fucking life. But at the end of the day, if you're referencing that I don't smoke a shitload of weed in the shows, that is very true because I actually try to stay engaged with the audience, answering any questions that come about. So far, this show really hasn't had any real weed questions much. Some shows we have a lot of them, but I do my best, my friend, to not get too high. in my shows, so I can still be present and talking. So check these out, though. These are our rolling papers, all organic, all hemp, non-GMO, vegan-friendly gummy. Everybody, Potsquatch Growers rolling papes, 1 1/4 size currently exist. We will be releasing this year rips as well as king size. Once we get a bit of the sales happening on the website, we can afford to bring in some new rolling paper products. But these will be available to you in roughly a week. The CBD is probably about 2 weeks out before the availability will be ready on the website. However, we are very close on getting the swag back up and running. Schmiggy Schmodler, you're obviously thinking about a different person, my friend. Tobacco is tricky, my friends. And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, for me, the big thing of why... oh, yeah. No, I'm funny stoned, for sure. And it's like, hey, I'm about to smoke a joint now. Of course I don't even have a bloody fucking lighter. Son of a bitch. 1 second here, everybody. I gotta go get a lighter. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves while I go find fire. I'll be right back. I'm assuming there's gotta be a lighter down here somewhere. All right, so I found some matches. At least we got something going here, everybody. At least we got something. All right. Oh, Molly Cohen. What's happening, girl? What's good in the hood? Oh, you coming to us from the Facebook, from the Potsquatch page. See, it's kind of working. It was supposed to go live at the other thing. Oh, Schmiggy, you little trolley poo, you. You know, I bet you my parents back in the day were probably wishing you were right. One second here, everybody. Tony, don't worry. I'm not politically correct often either, but there's certain things that I do respect, and respecting, you know, the struggle for equality of women. That's something I can get on board with. One, come from a family of women. Two, grew up in a family of very strong women. You know, my mother's PhD is the history of women and the women in the church and religion. So, I mean, hey, don't feel bad. It's all good. It's all about learning. You know, nobody's perfect. We're working on it. And it's okay to push the boundaries. But on that one, I'm just going to, you know, there's certain things I'm going to adjust subtly sometimes. Ah, there we go. All right, 1 second here, everybody. I'm just playing catch up. No, I know, Schmiggy. I know, Schmiggy. We all good, Schmiggy. Oh, hi, Molly. How you doing? Good to see you. You're such a bad boy, Reverend Veritas. Actually, the funny thing is, Schmiggy, is all my neighbors are very jealous of my tomato plants, actually. It was pretty funny to watch all my neighbors be like, they'd look at my tomato plants, and we probably pulled a little over 1,000 tomatoes this year on the run. There's not as tons of light here, but it's only on 6 plants, though. And my neighbors were sitting there, Schmiggy, going like, how the hell are you doing tomato plants like that here at home? I was like, I don't know, I'm just doing it. Like, just Feed them like I feed my weed, yo. So here we go. OG Zano says, I've got one. What is my recommended humidity and temperature for successful cure? Okay. One, you can kind of go at room temperature on a cure, and that one's going to go a little faster on you. If you want to go the slower route, doing a cold cure in the fridge, and that's typically going to elongate your basic cure time. What is a basic cure time? Well, your basic cure time is getting it to a basic point of where it's what I would call, generalized marketability. That's usually going to take you at least 4 to 6 weeks, okay? On a cold cure, it's going to go a little bit longer. It kind of slows things down, but it actually has this beautiful sweet finish to it when you do it properly. So a cold cure, doing it in a chilled fridge, that one's usually going to be about a 3 to 6 month window doing it that route, okay? Room temperature, typically where I'm curing, usually is about anywhere from 19 to 22 degrees Celsius. I do not monitor my relative humidity. A lot of people will be like, whoa, that sounds intimidating and scary. And I guess it kind of is at first. I've gotten really good after all the years of growing and knowing when to do it, of when I'm going to trim my bud. I dry trim, so I cut the whole plant down. I monitor the flowers as they're drying on that. I prefer to dry in a relative humidity of about 50 to max 60. We'll go with that. We'll give you a bigger range these days. I like to have a on the cooler side. So I like to have my temperatures, drying anywhere from 6 to 14 degrees Celsius maybe. That is my happy place on that. And it's about nailing that perfect window when you trim your pot and put it in the jars, right? It's about just knowing when it's ready and hitting that perfect thing. And even sometimes I'm not perfect on it. Like I'll think something's ready and I'll go and it's not quite ready. Or once in a blue moon, I may over dry something slightly, and then I find something that has a little bit of a moisture content left into it, so I trim that, throw that in there, and it usually balances itself out. But yeah, and then in terms of cleaning your tent afterwards, I'm a big fan of just hitting that bleach, baby. A nice heavy bleach and water. And the trick with that, especially if you run into any issues like PM or bugs or infestation, I'm typically going to recommend, clean it once. It's probably good. Clean it 2 more times, though. Let it dry out, clean it again, then clean it 1 more time, just to be safe. Yes, right? Exactly. There you go. I like that. Darcy Potter. This is why caveman tamed fire. Had to light his spliff. I dig it. I dig it, my friend. Yo, what's up, Yeti Mountain Trading? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Oh, I feel you, Reverend Veritas. I have respect for both genders, but I won't lie to you. There's a lot of silly dudes out there. I love all y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, there's some crazy shitty dudes out there, man. Let me put it to you this way. Uncle Potsquatch may have been in a bar fight once or twice throughout his life. I don't like bullies, and I don't like cunts. But it is what it is. You're not wrong, not giving. I've only got so many matches. You know? Alvin Mace, I would say that overall, I'd say most autoflowers that are out there, if they've been done properly, are definitely a legitimate thing if you're something into autoflowers. Regardless of traditional photo period or autoflowering period, I will say that I have a huge issue with the prices associated with them, especially given the instability of a lot of them now. AK, what does that mean? A lot of times you'll have an auto that'll then go photo, or vice versa. And it's just from improper breeding practices. Things aren't properly stable. I mean, it's just very much a thing. And so at the end of the day, simply put, no. I think people charge too much for them, especially for an auto. But I think people charge in general too much for genetics. I think the going rates on a lot of beans out there are just through the roof, and they're far too bloody much. And I mean, so that's part of why our company is getting into the bean game, and I've always had an intention of doing that. I've had an intention of doing that before we even had an intention of doing lights. I've been playing with genetics and wanting to bring genetics to market. And one day as a kid when I was learning, you do it legally, be a pot farmer and developing the fucking future weed titties to bring it down to the fucking world and show the world about what exactly is happening, and it's like, look what I built for you. But so that's one of the things we're working towards, and that's one of the things that I will address in terms of as a company is the cost associated with these bloody things. You know what I mean? Like and all of that, right? So yeah, so there are good autos out there. Do I think they should be charging what they're charging for them? No, I really don't. I really don't think that. That's a no. Rick DeRosa, typically, especially with what I've done mostly on the channel, at least in terms of that, is I'll often take clones during flower and then re-veg and monster crop those ladies. That's kind of always been my happy place, because also too, by doing the re-veg process on a monster crop clone, especially if we're taking it at like week 2 or 3, and if it doesn't herm on us or fuck up and it actually comes back from the monster cropping thing, I mean, monster crop plants, in my personal experience, are more aggressive. They are danker. They stank more. They're stronger. I mean, typically, if it could survive that transition, a monster cropped plant is just like this more aggressive version of what it was before. So I like doing it that way typically. At the end of the day, if I had a huge amount of space and I could, in theory, take them in veg and do it that way as well. Yeah, I guess I could do that too. I mean, like, I don't see. I mean, for me, part of it has always been space and having the space to do things, right? So where you see a couple of plants that you really like I'm not gonna go like, let's say I've got 16 plants. Let's say they all go female. Um, you know, Watching them initially go into flower and watching some of the personalities that they have initially on in the flowering period, like, there's usually only going to be maybe 2 or 3 of them that I find interesting, really, at the end of the day, that have set themselves above the others. And so that's where, in taking kind of the monster crop clone or clone to re-veg, for me, I find more interesting. You know what I mean? So, see you later, Kay's Garden. Oh, crap. I'm super behind again. Yes, Chris the Phenomenon, this is true. Autoflowering comes from the third species of Ruderalis. I'm just reading everything here. Personally, I don't really have one, BMK. Personally. Not at the moment. Alright, I'm caught up. Woo! Hey, thank you very much, Eddie Evans. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much, man. OG Zena says, "What traits do you look for, aka flavor effects?" Okay. Well, really, I mean, OG Zeno, it depends on what I'm working with. So if I'm working with a Kush thing or something that's cushy, I'm gonna want, well, obviously, to find something that has the notes of a proper Kush stank funk to it. Something that, like, I smell it, I go, "You're a Kush. Oh, you're cushy." That's kind of the step one on that one, right? But so I like working with cushions, right? So that would be the step one. Other traits, I'm going to be looking at the flower structure, the flower's ability to resist foxtailing, or is it going to trigger out into a foxtail like a lot of modern day genetics do now, under high photo intensity. I'm going to watch its feeding patterns. I'm going to watch its final yield, the finishing window on something. And for me, the smell and the flavor, like, I mean, I don't necessarily, start off with a preset thing unless I'm doing like a kush or something like that, or if I'm working with something that's like, well, they say this one has a big strawberry profile. I'm like, well, all right. If I'm going to breed with that, then I want to have that strawberry profile present, right? So that's going to be something I'm trying to work with. But yeah, smell and taste is a big thing for me. I mean, bud structure, smell and taste. Um, Obviously, how she hit, right? And yeah, I hope that helps. Also, like, more stable, less wonky, shall we say, in terms of like stressors are going to trigger something to happen within the plant itself, right? So, yeah. Yeah, no, it's true, Tony. I was just talking to some friends the other day, and it's like everybody has COVID now. It's crazy. Like Omicron is everywhere. Um, you know, but at least those that I've known that have had it have been lucky. A bunch of us here at the community have had it too. It's been nuts. Seems Omicron's everywhere now. But it is what it is. Yeah, right. And I kind of want to build off everyone in response to like the traits I look for or what I'm thinking about it, to Roman's comment there. And Roman Reckless is like, well, if you get that pheno, so to say, right? He says, you need to have it, and it's true. Like it's kind of just like it's not even like you're just sitting there 100% analyzing everything all the time in this traditional scientific way. Sometimes you meet a special pheno and you meet her or him if it's you're looking for a male to breed with, and then you just meet them and you're just like, you look at this plant, and the plant's like, hello, I am badass. I'm everything you could imagine and more. I am very different than all the random crap around me. And you're just sitting there going, hey, you're beautiful. I want to keep you forever, or at least work with you. Do you want to collab? I'd like to introduce you to my friend. It's called this big breeding buck here. But anyway, when you meet a special phenotype, when you meet a special genetic, you know, there's the concept of the supermother that a lot of people don't really talk about a lot in terms of female genetics and like the female side of cannabis plants. And there's also, super males as well, but that's not quite the same thing. The concept of the supermother, right, would be something that's just bigger and faster and stronger, right? Like, let's say out of 10, 15 seeds, let's say, hypothetically, right, they all germ. Let's say that they also, even if they were all female, like you'd have at maximum maybe what I would say 5 or 6 basic supermothers. And then once in a blue moon, you'll meet this one genetic, this one pheno that is just bigger and stronger and more aggressive than any of the other, ones from the batch. I mean, and you're just sitting there and just like, and she'll let you know. She'll just be there and you'll know she's just this different thing. You'll look at this plant and she'll be like, hi, I know you're pretending not to notice me, but notice me. I'm right here. Hello. What's up, Greg? Welcome to the show. We're talking about genetic traits and how, like, sometimes you meet a plant. And when you meet these plants, and then, like, what traits do I look for? But, like, sometimes it's not necessarily about a specific, like, oh, well, you met this. I took this off. I took this off. I took this off. Right, Greg? It's not about that. I'm just catching Greg and anyone new to the show up, everybody. But it's like, sometimes you meet a genetic, you just know. You're like, oh, my God. You are beautiful. I need to be with you. Right? So, anyway, that's the catch up. You missed the whole thing. Watch it back. It's kind of funny. Anyway, we're talking weed titty breeding. And what makes a special weed titty a special weed titty? Oh, shit. I got to read. I'm falling behind again. Bloody hell. What's up, 705? How you doing? I'm gonna take that as a compliment, 705. I'm almost caught up. And we're caught up now. No, I feel you, 705. Crazy days, the crazy days. Today was a weird day here. Oh, well, here, let's have a fun story time for a second. You know, we're getting hit by another atmospheric river, everybody. So, as you know, there's a shitload of snow. For those of you seeing the TikTok, saw me dancing in the snow, maybe. There's been a lot of fucking snow. So, all day here in Canada. So, like, I'm here, I'm sitting in my grow room, tending to my plants and feeding the plants. And, well, actually, today was the watering day, but watering the plants, you know. And then you go outside, you're looking outside, and it's just pissing rain, like pissing rain. And you're surrounded by melting snow. The temperature's finally gone up. And we were just slammed to crap, 2 or 3 months ago from like crazy floods, right? And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, this could be so bad. Like, this could get so bad again. Like, Jesus, let's hope to God this doesn't go too crazy on this shit. And I don't know. I went out driving today, and there's a lot of new, like, mini waterfalls coming out of the mountains, that weren't there before. It's not good. But here's hoping, everybody. Here's hoping and hope. I don't know if any of you who are new here, there was huge bad flooding here in Hope. Highways were washed out. People lost their homes. It was ridiculous. Absolutely atrocious. And it's like, with all the rain that's happening, it's like, all right, great. So let's hit them with an atmospheric river after burning them all summer. All right, good. Now, let's send an atmospheric river, floods, blah, 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 all this shit. Then we got hit by, like, a record-breaking temperature here. It went down to minus 30. It does not do that in Hope normally. I think the record in Hope before was like 24.4 degrees or minus 24.4 degrees Celsius, right? And now we're getting slammed by an atmospheric river again after coming out of the ice age. And all this built-up snow is just going to fucking melt everywhere, guys, girls these days. It's going to just go. It's going to go everywhere. And it's like, I'm just so curious to sit here and just go like, I don't know. We just got munted by this last time. What's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right, Soto Like, it's nuts. I'm just sitting here going like, bro, shit's real, bro. Like, this could get bad so quickly. It's not even funny. But I'm being positive, everybody. We bought groceries, got lots of canned food. I got the generator ready to go. I got all the gas my jerry cans can hold, So we'll be all right, even if it goes weird and wonky. Because last time we got cut off from the world for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 days at least. Right? Well, Valhalla Farms, I don't know about that one. But I will tell you a story. When we were looking to find, not this round of buying a house, but the first place we had previously. So we were trying to buy our first home. Me and Miss Potsquatch. We're trying to figure out a place to do it. Where can we actually bloody afford something in this stupid province? And so we checked a lot of weird houses out. We even drove out pretty far, like contemplating, like, well, what if I just did this as an alternative life and I live hours away from everything? So this one house we went to see was like on the side of this river. And like, it was a decent little chunk of property, but it was like at the bottom of this whole little midget valley part here in BC. And it's like, so anyway, not even in the most recent flooding. This is like a few years back. We moved in our place, and about a year later, after moving into that place that we did buy the first time, right? There was like crazy flooding, and it turns out that whole house had been picked up and smashed down the fucking riverbed. And I was like, wow. It's a good thing we didn't buy that place. Now, mind you, that place is wonky, right? So supposedly it has a 200 amp service of power to it, right? You turn on a lamp, the whole house's power goes. I'm sitting there, I'm like, you're a 60-watt bulb. I plug in a lot more than 60 watts. This is not a good start to this place. In the end, I said, nah. And Miss Potsquatch was like, nah, we do not want this crazy-ass place. And then, a year ago, it got washed away. An act of God. 1 second here. I'm playing catch-up. Oh, dude, 705. Like, I mean, it's a painful experience. Like, once you get to like minus 25 or minus 30, minus 35, in that range, if there's no wind, it's not as bad in a sense. If you're working with bare hands with steel, that kind of changes the reality a little bit. That sucks, I hope to God if it went any colder than 31, though, they'd let you fuck off for the day, because that's just, or give you some gloves at least. Like, I mean, that sounds pretty bad, 705. What dicks, man? They gotta let you wear gloves, man. And if you can't wear gloves, man, maybe take the day off, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's a funny thing, though, too, isn't it, Roman, though? Like, weed that at first kind of seems nasty smelling, but then at the same time, it smelled good in a weird, bad way. Well, ganja out of your mom to a point. We're Canadians. We're stubborn. We like to, make a statement. We go to a certain point. But after a point, even we are like, yeah, we should probably not be out there doing this right now. Maybe we should take the day off. Hey, man, do what you got to do, 705. Just don't get fucking frostbite on my ass, man. That's going to suck. Be careful, man. Yeah, we are wild, but we got to also be smart enough. Let's not be completely stupid. Einstein's like, I can hear Jesus in my brain. You should not be watching this. Oh, man. Sorry, everybody. I'm just catching up here. I'm reading. All right, cool. I'm caught up. But yeah, so anyway, everybody. We flip tomorrow. We're going to be releasing a video update on the plants tomorrow. You get to see them tomorrow. Soon we will have the powered hub so we can have the other camera for the show in the lab, okay? We're going to have that set up so I can be like, and then we'll be there. It may take me a show or two to make sure it's set up properly, but I'll try to do it right the first time when it shows up. We have the camera. I just need the powered hub and another cord to do it, and we'll see what happens. But, for the show, it's going to be fun. But tomorrow, you will get the update video. We're going to go through the plants, show you in there. Let's do a recap on those plants. Well, from sprouting through the earth, okay, 2.5 weeks of veg. We took those solo cup veggies. We put them into 2 and 1 gallon pots, okay. They've been in there for roughly a week, okay. There's been some stresses and ups and downs and things that have fucked around on them, and we'll talk about that. We've done experiments in terms of stress, stress-based tests on the genetics to see the new phenols and what they're going to do. And then at the same time, they're looking all right now. We've bounced it back. So we're just going to flip them right away and see what the hell happens. It's going to be a rough, wild time. It'll be an adventure for us all to see. We're also trying to keep them a little bit smaller this time. And not have to deal with the stupid, ridiculous, over-the-top bloody jungle in the goddamn lab last time. Because if for those of you who watched back then, we had to put off flowering a bit. We had to put off flowering because, well, there was thrifts that we were dealing with, right? So we had to deal with that shit. Oh, it was rough and stressful. They got so big, and it was like the whole room, the whole fucking room, man. It was just the biggest bitch. Like, I lollipop the bottom 30%, but that almost didn't even matter. It was like enough was removed that you'd still get fucking bloody stuck halfway through. So, like, good luck trying to access some of the back parts, even with tying them up and this or that. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm in a hayfield, making rolls or anything. Like, so we're trying to keep them smaller this time, is I guess the moral of that story. But they go into flower tomorrow. It's part of this new motif. Knowing my luck, they'll probably still blow up fucking huge anyway, and we're going to have to get creative around weeks 5 or 6. But that's part of the fun. Happy 420, by the way, everybody. It just hit. At least according to my telephone. And it's 420 here anyway. Happy 420 on Sunday that's a Wednesday. Bloody computers. It is what it is. Yeah, I needed a lighter too, Greg. Couldn't find one. I found some matches. I'm down to the last 4 matches in there. All right. Huh. So, yes, I have. That's a good question. That's a new question. So 7 to 5, everybody asks, Potsquatch, have you ever burnt your beard? I have. Have I ever done a huge scorch? No. I've when I was I've had cigarette cherries drop into it. Probably one of the most epic times. It wasn't this personal beard. It was, a number of years ago, another incarnation of growing my beard out. So I was driving on this scooter to go to McDonald's to get an Egg McMuffin and a coffee because I wanted an Egg McMuffin and a coffee. So smoking this giant fat cone, big old cherry on it. And the bloody cherry fucking falls out because of the wind, and it was bad. So I'm freaking out. I've got this giant cherry, and it lands on my beard, right? I can see it smoking. Ah, crap, we gotta get over. So I get over. Then I, put it out. Then I, went to the fucking McDonald's. I checked it in the mirror, and I was like, oh, shit. I wouldn't even known that happened. All right, so everything's all right. Looks fine to me. But, yeah, so I have burnt my beard, though. Okay, there we go. Catching up now. I mean, technically, mad organic scientist, isn't it technically, though, Jesus and Joshua could both go into Yehoshua in terms of the translation? I believe that's the thing, is it not? Yes, Roman Reckless, podsquatch420 at gmail.com. That is correct, yes. That happens, 705. Yep, it happens. Especially sometimes if you're trying to light a joint in the wind, shit blows up. Oh man. Yeah, that sounds perfect, Roman. Huh. I'm not gonna lie to you, everybody. I'm tired. Today's been a long day. And yesterday was a long day too. And I gotta go. It's been a bit of a shorter show, and I apologize to everybody. But at the end of the day, we had a good show. The show was thrown off by the computer crap not quite working, and I got mad at it. Threw me off the air. But we still did a show. We pushed through. We had a fun time. We talked. We hung. And, I'm going to go actually check crap after this because I want to get the settings right to make this actually work properly. So, long story short, thank you for joining us anyway. It was a trial and error episode. In the end, we discovered we went live on Twitch. We went live actually on Facebook, just in a place we thought we weren't going live. not the intended place. It kind of worked. Instagram is still a no-go, so I'm still going to work with that. Instagram's a tricky one to actually make work on here, though, but I think I figured out how to do that in my head while we've been doing the show. It's been a good show. I'm going to make you a beautiful, wonderful video tomorrow, everybody. You can see the plants and you can see we're flipping now, you know. But my brain's tired. I'm done. This is the show I have for you today. My friends, my family, remember, the true grower is a forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Love yourselves. Love your plants. Remember, we learn from our mistakes more than we do our successes. Don't beat yourself up too much. A little bit's okay. That's how we learn. But then be forgiving. Also, be nice to people around you. Don't be a fucking dickhead. The world's already fucked. If we could all be nice to each other, you know, might be alright. Go and love, peace, and pot. And bring the ruckus. I love you, Potsquatchers. We'll see you next time.